when the number one player in the nation goes to an FCS school, you know college football is officially drunk. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? In the world of college football, in the world of name, image, likeness, we're seeing deals get thrown around everywhere. Yesterday, early National Signing Day, teams just throwing money around like crazy. And this morning, it got me thinking, you see things like the number one overall player in the 2022 class who was committed to a Power 5 school for a year and a half. March 3rd, 2020 is when he made his commitment to Florida State, flipping on National Signing Day. He stays with Florida State throughout the entire recruiting process and then flips because he gets a $1.5 million deal, or that's the rumored deal, whatever it was. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, $1.5 million is all it costs to get the number one overall player to flip to your school. I'm sure he had a relationship with Dion, but still, it got me thinking, all these boosters throwing around $500K, a million, whatever it is. Terrence Brooks, the thing with Terrence Brooks, who flips from Ohio State to Texas, I don't know what the rumored deal was. I think he got $500,000. Could you imagine if someone with real money, I'm not talking about, you're worth $30 million, you're worth $40 million. Could you imagine if Elon Musk one day said, you know what? I think I want to make a college football team a superpower, and that team is Washington State. And the first thing Elon Musk does is he says, listen, I'm going to go out and get one of the greatest college football coaches ever. And he gives Urban Meyer a 10-year, $120 million deal. We know Urban Meyer got fired from the Jaguars. He's a terrible NFL coach. But guys, Urban Meyer, when it comes to college, you got to get someone you can sell to your program. Elon Musk says, I love this Washington State team. I'm getting Urban Meyer, and I'm telling Urban Meyer, the checkbook is open. Hire whatever coordinator you want. Hire a defensive coordinator. I don't care if he costs $3 or $4 million, whatever it is. The checkbook, if I'm Elon Musk, I'm saying it's wide open. Get the best staff in humanly possible. Urban Meyer has connections to the college game. He's a really good recruiter. The first thing Elon Musk does, he hires Urban Meyer as the head coach of Washington State. Now let's take a look at Washington State's 2022 class here. Sitting at 72nd overall, only 11 commits. Okay, so we've got some work to do with this class, Elon Musk says. You take a look, they're all 3 stars. You don't like what you're seeing here, but you know what? They've got something called the class calculator where we can switch guys in and out. And you know what? If I'm Elon Musk, I'm telling all these guys, your scholarship is getting pulled. This is a business, folks. I'm sorry. We can't accept 3 stars. I'm paying all these kids money. We got Urban Meyer as the coach. We're going to start over in the 2022 class. This is the day and age of name, image, likeness. So I'm going to the top recruits in 2022. Travis Hunter, it took $1.5 million, or that was the rumored amount, to get Travis Hunter to an FCS school. I'm sure he has a good relationship with Dion, but I'm going to Travis Hunter and I'm saying, listen, I will give you $5 million right now to come here, commit to, and play 3 years at Washington State. You don't think he's going to accept that? Urban Meyer as the head coach. Let's add Travis Hunter as the first recruit. Elon Musk says, I'm giving you $5 million. You got $1.5 million to play at an FCS school? Yeah, you know what? We're just going to give you $5 million. We're not even going to let you think about it. Now I look at the number 2 overall recruit, Walter Nolan. His recruitment was very interesting. It seemed like there was a lot of NIL involved in Walter Nolan's commitment. He goes to Texas A&M. You know what, Walter? We're going to offer you $4.5 million. You got to play 3 years here. You're going to get coached up. Urban Meyer is going to bring in a good defensive line coach. Let's add Walter Nolan to the squad, to the little 2022 class. Now we've got the number 1 and number 2 overall recruits. Now I turn my attention to a guy like Luther Burden and I say, you're going to Mizzou, man? Are you kidding me? You're the number 1 receiver in the nation, brother. Come play for Urban Meyer. We'll give you a nice little $4 million name, image, likeness deal, whatever. We'll work something out here. Let's be real. We're going to get you a quarterback. Don't worry. We're adding him, the top 3 overall recruits. Then I'm turning my attention and I'm saying, big boy, Travis Shaw, you want to play with another superstar defensive lineman? You want to be coached by some of the best coaches? We're going to give you a little $3 million name, image, likeness deal. If you don't like the BBQ in Washington State, Elon Musk will literally crane lift a BBQ out of Texas and put it at Washington State's university. We will add Travis Hunter to the team. He will be committing to Washington State. Take a look. See, this is a pretty nice class right here. I don't know. It's a decent class. We'll have to see. Harold Perkins. You know what, Harold Perkins? We're going to leave Harold Perkins alone. He wants to go to A&M. We're going to let him go there. But Evan Stewart, there was a lot of name, image, likeness stuff involved with Evan Stewart. He's a big TikTok guy, we hear. You know what Elon Musk is going to say? We're going to give you some free Bitcoin. We'll give you a free Tesla. We're going to add you to the list as well. Now we've got 2 superstar receivers. We've got 2 superstar run stuffers. And Travis Hunter, who's either a cornerback or a receiver, probably going to be playing on the defensive side of the ball. Now, I feel like we need some offensive linemen. I'm looking at a big boy like Devin Campbell. I'm saying, big fella, we'll give you $3 million. You want a new Tesla? We'll give you that. Whatever, dude. It doesn't really matter. Come aboard. He's an interior offensive lineman. And then also Zach Rice. Zach, you're committed to North Carolina. They were 6-6 this year. They barely made a bowl game. Come play for Urban Meyer. Come play for Elon Musk. This is historic, folks. Adding Zach Rice. Now we've got 2 superstar offensive linemen. I'm going to let some of these guys go to their school. We don't see, the thing is, we don't want to be a savage about this. We're going to let some of these guys go. I'm looking at a guy like Gabriel Brownlow Diddy, who's committed to A&M, was committed to Oklahoma. You know what? Probably doesn't have that huge of a relationship with them. Gabriel, big boy. We're going to build a great defensive line class. Come aboard. We're going to add him to the list. That's 8 commits right now. They all are 5 stars. It's whatever. This is the class that Elon Musk is building. Denver Harris, we want another superstar cornerback. Denver, we're going to market you well. You get a nice little Tesla. We're going to give you a nice little raise of $3 million here. You got to play 3 years. And now looking, you know what? You can never have too many great pass rushers. Marvin Jones Jr. You signed with Georgia. Georgia sniped him from Alabama. It was probably name, image, likeness. I wonder what Georgia paid you. Marvin will double whatever Georgia paid you. We will double. We'll double it, big boy. Come aboard. You're an edge rusher. We're adding you to the list. Now we do need a quarterback. We do. The guy I've got my eyes on, Drew Allaire. The number 3 overall player in the nation, according to 247 Solo. You're from Ohio. You're going to Penn State. Come on aboard. So we need a quarterback. Elon, you want to be the quarterback for Elon Musk's team? Come on, son. We're going to give you $7 million. It doesn't really matter to me. Add him to the list. You know what? This team, it's coming along. This team is coming along. Let me finish off this team. All right, this is Urban Meyer / Elon Musk's class with 20 commits. This would be, with only 20 commits, already an all-time record score of 334 points. This class has 13 5 stars, ladies and gentlemen. All of these kids are ranked within the top 75. But guys, obviously I'm just having some fun. The whole name, image, likeness thing has gotten out of control. But seriously, it got me wondering. You see a guy like Terrence Brooks who had a relationship fully developed with Ohio State. It looks like the clear, smart choice over Texas. You've been committed for several months. On National Signing Day, Texas swoops in, offers you $500,000 or whatever it was, and suddenly you're Texas commit. I'm wondering what's stopping someone. All these guys are millionaires, right? But what if a billionaire came and said, you know what? I'm just going to throw money around. I really don't care. I don't care about the money. I don't care. I'll give a kid $5 million. I'll give a kid $6 million if they commit and play 3 years at the school. You got to have these little contracts where these kids can't play 1 year, then transfer, kind of like Quinn Ewers did, although his deal was a little bit different. It's just crazy. They really got to regulate it. I feel like with the name, image, likeness, we were here, we were on the side of, we gave the players zero power. They're playing a contact sport that's very dangerous to their head and health overall. They're getting no money from it. The university's getting all the money. The head coaches are getting all the money. They're getting screwed. When they transfer, they have to wait a year, even though coaches leave schools all the time and don't honor contracts. So we were here. Now, instead of going to the middle, we've gone here, where it's like now all the players, you can transfer and start the next year. You can get whatever deal you want. It's like the wild, wild west of recruiting. Players should be paid, I agree. But this right now, what we're doing, there's always going to be an adjustment. It's like we went from not giving the players enough, now they've gotten so much and nothing's regulated. It's just crazy out there. What is stopping, if one of these schools has a multi-billionaire, what is stopping him from saying, you know what, I want my school to be great again. We're just going to pay. Travis Hunter, the #1 overall recruit, was, committed to Florida State, year and a half, made relationships with the coaching staff, whatever. National signing day, $1.5 million, he's gone. I know he has a relationship with Deion Sanders, I'm sure, but seriously, it is crazy. Like, what if a team like Washington State had a billionaire donor or a billionaire booster who told Travis Hunter and said, listen, I'll give you $7 million, come here. Like, $7 million is way, it's crazy if one of these teams actually had a billionaire, and the whole Elon Musk, Washington State thing, it's just kind of a joke. It's just to show you how crazy college football is right now with the name, image, likeness deal. And unfortunately, I think it's going to hurt some of these kids in the long run. They're making very short-sighted decisions, going to schools to where maybe they don't get developed as much, taking that money early. The good news for the kids is you do have the transfer portal to where you can transfer immediately, and maybe you made the wrong choice because you wanted the money, you wanted the $500,000, you wanted the, whatever it is, the name, image, likeness deal, you made the wrong choice, but then you're able to transfer and, start at the school that next year. It's just crazy right now, giving a kid, a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, $500,000 in his bank account or whatever it is, it may end up doing a little bit more harm than good, right? The money may end up being more of a negative than it is a positive with some of these kids. And, if I got that kind of money at age 16, age 17, I don't really know what would happen. I think I would have invested it, but, you're not thinking like that at age 16, 17, I can promise you that. So we will see what happens. There's 3 classes right now in college football: Texas A&M, Alabama, Georgia. They've got super classes. Texas A&M now has the #1 overall class in the nation. If this new name, image, likeness thing was not around, there's zero chance. There's a narrative going around that, oh, it was like this all the time. It was just under the table. It wasn't like this, folks. I followed recruiting for 5 or 6 years. There were deals, I'm sure. But now that it's all legal, a lot of these boosters are getting very confident, and they're offering whatever they can. This whole idea to where it was like this for the past 4 or 5 years on National Signing Day, it was never like this. We all know kids got paid. We understand it, but it wasn't like this. It was not like this. There's a narrative going around right now like this has always happened. Yes, in theory, kids have always gotten paid, but this is crazy, okay? If this name, image, likeness thing was not around, I highly doubt Texas A&M would have the #1 overall class right now. Highly doubt that. Nothing against Texas A&M. Jimbo was recruiting really well, I understand that, but this changes the game, and some schools are just blowing it up. If you've got the boosters, if you've got the money, you can tell a kid, listen, you're committed to that school, whatever, dude, we're going to give you $500,000, come play here. But right now, legitimately, what's stopping some booster who happens to be a billionaire or whatever, like an Elon Musk type? Now, obviously, Elon Musk would never do this. It's just a joke, but I'm just saying, if there was a booster that had so much more money than everyone else and just said, we don't care, we're going to do whatever we want, we're going to pay these kids so much more than Ohio State can pay them, than Texas can pay them, than A&M can pay them, because we have a billionaire booster. Could you imagine that? It would be amazing. It would be amazing, guys. But make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description, guys. I am, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.